You forgot to close your shades last night. And I saw you. I saw the both of you. There you was, standing in the bathroom door, dripping wet and naked as you please. Calling to the other and to put down her book and come over and bring you a clean towel. She ain't got standing in that bathroom door with your naked behind. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you.
Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, how you doing? How your baby mama doing? How your baby daddy doing? How them badass kids doing? They driving you crazy? Listen, we are back. And we are back this time, honey, because Miss Robinson wanted to see what y'all had to say about Yolanda. And why is Yolanda obsessed with discrediting Melody? I also see Yolanda is back over there shading Miss Van. It's like, damn, what did Miss Van do to you? Okay. One of y'all sent it to me. He put, I want you to eat so good that you're big as Van. It's like, what? Why you gotta keep coming for this lady mama? And it's because Melody rejected him. He's a hoodball. And that's why his regular ass lost that damn case, regular nickel. Absolutely. He need to keep my mama's name up out of his mouth. So, honey, without further ado, let's see what y'all think about Yolanda and what her problem is, honey, with the obsession of Melody and, trying to discredit her. One person says if Mel had never sat down and talked to Carlos about the show, there would have never been a show. Absolutely. Another person says, period, Carlos wasn't even thinking about no damn show in Alabama, let alone Huntsville. I didn't even know Huntsville existed, LOL, until the show. And he said it himself because Mel kept pressing him. Yeah, she was very, relentless with trying to get this show up off the ground. And it's like, why are you coming for her accolades? Shout out to Nene. Okay, for her accolades. Like, give credit where credit is due. You know what Yolanda reminds me of? You know that nigga that was so desperate to get you, right? And then he ends up getting you. And then, now he didn't had you. But maybe that's not a good analogy because he was never in her friend circle. But y'all know what I mean. That bitter ex, right? Well, she ain't all that. And she ain't this. And she ain't that. And she got a big back. And she this. And they have to downplay. They have to criticize. They got to tear you down. Put you in lowest terms. That's what it's giving. And then certain men will do that if you don't date them. They will. You ain't all that anyways. I remember this old fat ass bucket of chicken looking ass nigga. Okay, looking like a big ass chili dog. Got to talking to Miss Robinson talking about, you just light skinned. They try that shit too. You just light skinned. You ain't all that. I'm that bitch. Okay. Cause anytime you following me around, anytime you all up in my face, I must be her. Anytime you niggas or you bitches always staring at me, y'all remind me that I am her. I'm that girl. So, honey, that's what it means. And anytime that Yolanda got to keep trying to put Melody down and put her in lowest terms, okay, it's like Melody must be that girl too. She is that girl. I don't think Melody knows that she is that girl. But I just don't get why you would keep putting this woman down. You already see how her ex-husband treats her, taking her back and forth to court, and he got the Ooga Booga on his side with that. Like, you even was over there interviewing the Ooga Booga. The Ooga Booga Wooga Wooga, right? It's a mess. What's up with the obsession? Another person says Carlos has already explained that the concept of the show came from Mel. Another person, the drama continues because she's not giving him any attention. He wants her to interact with him so bad. The obsession is scary. It is. You guys, I don't think I've seen no shit like this, like, in a while. Like, I have not seen anything like this. This could be a goddamn TV show with the obsession. Okay? Another person, she's butthurt because she didn't want him on her team. They said he's butthurt. He's weak and can't be around his idol. I know that's right. Another person says he eat and sleep that lady. Pretty much. Motherfucker be at the restaurant. Can I get a melody, motherfucker? They be like, what you want to drink? I'll take the melody. Can you play a melody? Okay, like, honey, just obsessed and a bit pressed. Okay? It's crazy. It's too much for Miss Robinson. I be thinking, okay, Yolanda gonna let the stuff go. You lost in court. She's gonna move on, but not really, baby. Another person says, Chow, at this point, F Yolanda, just like he didn't create those receipts for his court case. He is obsessed with her. Can't keep her name out of his mouth. I know that's right. Another person says, there is some childhood issues with Yolanda. You think it's some childhood traumatic issues? Like, god damn, we all get rejected. People have even told Miss Robinson no, okay? And I've had to accept it. Listen. But like I always say, rejection is God's protection. Well, in my case, Melody rejected Yolanda, though. So, and she had to protect herself, okay? Because he cray-cray. Okay? He or she, honey. Okay? Another person says the obsession with Mel is real. It's crazy at this point. He lost the $6,000 lawsuit against Mel and was big mad. Can you imagine if the lawsuit was a $6 million lawsuit? Yeah. Had that lady going back and forth to court because you can't mind your business. I've been through that with people I didn't owe shit to. It's like, I don't fucking know you. Why are we in court? I don't fucking know you. Don't care about you. I'm very, to the point as a person. No nonsense. I know by your behavior if I want anything to do with you. And if you're ghetto, you're annoying, you always staring, you always got an attitude, you get mad at the dumbest shit, I want nothing. Okay, and I mean nothing to do with you. You ain't getting none of this up over here. You gets no love from me. I know I'm not too ghetto, okay? You're not getting shit from me if I don't like you, if I don't see it for you. Okay? For real, for real. For real, for real, for real, for real. Another person says, I want Mel to talk about the book Yolanda family wrote about their family. People like him you have to expose. They could dish it out but can't take it. When Marcella exposed Wanda, where she at with the clap bag. When Mel exposed Martell and Sheree for their fake relationship, he got mad and said she's making me look bad. He was hot. Exposed them. That's why he hides under a LLC. He knows people know he's crooked. Child, his mutt girlfriend said they committed crimes together. Who you talking about? Martell? She do look like a mutt in the I'm just saying, listen, that girl is not cute. If you go cheat, goddammit, cheat up. You motherfuckers cheat down to the first floor. Okay? I told you why they do that, though. They can't get nobody pretty. Okay? Friendly in the face, baby. Another person says, Yolanda, this must be her biggest income stream. She needs to say her name. And they got the money sign. Melody. Yeah? I'm pretty sure it is, he, Yolanda probably got a, she probably got a Melody room at the house and shit. with all Melody's pictures all blown up. And she probably saying, why can't we be friends? 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 Y'all know War. My mother used to always play that annoying song. I'd be like, stop playing that damn song. Another person says Melody pitched the show to Carlos King. Hotel was there with her just smiling, didn't say a word. And that's when Carlos fell in love with the idea of the show and more in love with Hotel. That's it. Not hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. That's all. Go sit down somewhere, Yolanda. Would nobody know none of these people if it wasn't for Melody? I know that's right. Another person says Yolanda is malevolent and has an extreme form of narcissistic personality disorder. Yolanda is a malignant narcissist, and the delusions of grandeur are extreme. I started off by stating that the fact that Yolanda is malevolent, which is compounded by the extreme personality disorder, it takes a special kind of hatred and dedication and determination to be so invested in a smear campaign against someone for so long because they rejected you and your presence. There is a spirit of envy consuming Yolanda, and the negativity is draining to a person with discernment. I know that's right. You did, baby, you did your big one with that one. Something is wrong with Yolanda, though. It's too much, you guys. It's too much for the queen, honey. So let's give a little history about the show. So according to the Collider, Love and Marriage Huntsville was created by reality mastermind Carlos King, based around principal married couple Martell and Melody Holt. Now, Melody Cherie Rogers. The young couple embodied every quality needed for the recipe of a coveted power couple. Melody and Martell could have been doubles for an African-American version of Ken and Barbie with 3 adorable children to boot. Not only was Melody beautiful, but she was also smart and business savvy. Martell was the epitome of masculinity. Not really. But he was more than just physically fit. He used his muscles on construction sites as an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial couple were the charismatic leaders of the group and like-minded couples titled the Comeback Group. Melody and Martell appeared to be the picture of perfection, but upon a closer inspection, the marriage was a complete lie. Martell had been entertaining an extramarital affair for years and developed feelings for his mistress. Melody was tired of covering up for her husband's infidelity and had grown resentment of his constant lies. The initial couples that joined the Holts for the premiere season consisted of 2 affluent brothers. Shit. Marceau and Maurice Scott and their wives, Letitia and Kimmy Scott, who are all in burning houses, okay? Melody was not the only one. They would like you to think that, though. I mean, I'm just saying, okay? My words, not theirs, but the Scotts fit the definition of power couples also. Not really. I told you it's giving roots to miniseries. You asking for permission. Okay, can you go back to school? Can you get a job? Can you make a bowl of cream of wheat? Can you fix a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I mean, I'm just saying, it's not giving none of that. Okay? The Scotts fit the definition of power couples also, both brothers being entrepreneurs with attractive and educated wives. It was clear during the first season that Martell and Melody's marriage was doomed to fail. When the inevitable happened, it proved to be the downfall of the show, and nothing has been the same since. And we could blame all of that on Martell. Martell did more than just cheat on his wife. He fell in love with his mistress. He wasn't in love. He just put a baby up in her the way that all the niggas do. Okay? So he fell in love with his mistress and ended up getting her pregnant while on the reality television show. Fed up with Martell's cheating ways and embarrassed by his out-of-wedlock child on the way, Melody pulled the final plug on the marriage and divorced him. The fallout from Holt's divorce affected the dynamic of the show like a cascading house of cards. She didn't know about the baby, though, when she left. What about that baby, though? Remember what Kelly said on Real Housewives? She didn't know about the girl. She just knew. She didn't know that Ariane was pregnant, even though she had been pregnant, through the marriage, right? But she didn't know that last time. It took her to physically, I believe, leave him. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It took her to leave him. She realized through his conversation he wasn't going to change, which is very smart of Melody, because you want to pay attention to what the man is saying, and that lets you know if he's going to change. And she said she figured he wasn't going to change. He was just going to find a better way to cheat, right? So I believe that's kind of what happened. I don't know why all that other stuff was said, child, but that's just me. Y'all put in the comments if I'm wrong, if I got anything wrong. Did she know about that baby, though? Did he get her? I don't think that's what happened. I think that she left him first, and then she found out that he got that what's her coleslaw, Ariane, child. I forgot the girl name, child. Okay, a mess. Okay, so let's shake a bone and get the hell on. I watched Real Housewives of Potomac. I was irritated with it because I'm like, Stacey, you be lying about the dumbest shit. I know some people compare her to Kenya Moore, but Kenya to me never lied about, like, she would tell lies, but it wasn't like to this extreme. So comparing Stacey to her is kind of actually an insult, because Kenya didn't lie, in my opinion, about dumb shit, right? She had the fake boyfriends and stuff, but it wasn't like little stupid stuff. I didn't like that what Stacey did with Tia and the whole, oh, well, you know, he's gonna be flying out, and then you saying, you know, once you sit with, not once she sat with Wendy, Tia and her husband went out with Wendy and Eddie. And look, side note, are y'all looking at Wendy and Eddie funny after all this shit with the, you know, with the fraud and stuff came out? I'm just kind of looking at them a little funny. That Eddie, he's still fine, honey. Him and Wendy still look good together. Okay, but I didn't like that, because it's like, it's clear that you're lying. And then Tia, why would Stacey go to a Giselle event? I guess she had something for Reasonably Shady. She was celebrating having 10 million downloads. Who would have knew? I know Wendy was like, I'm proud of you, kind of. Like, who is watching? Do y'all be watching Reasonably Shady? Robin. Regular Robin, honey. Shout out to Kempire. Robin, you could have showed up to the damn party. It's something to celebrate you. I'm sure if it was something about Juan, her ass would jump up for glory and go. But Juan, like, Robin is in that strange codependent relationship with Juan. And she needs to do what Monique did. Okay, you see all these people leaving their husbands, you need to follow suit. You should have been the first one. Because Juan is worse than Todd and Chris, in my opinion. You need to be getting your ass up, Robin, and leaving that man and claim your identity. You could come back to the show, start anew. Monique is like a totally different person. Her energy, I have to agree with Giselle. It's very refreshing. I love what she told the ladies. I love how she gave Giselle her props, and she told her that every time, you know, it's my birthday, me and my husband get into it. Y'all remember she told the Real Housewives of Potomac ladies that in the past. And that's kind of when we found out there was some friction in their marriage. And Chris is very controlling, and he's the spoiled athlete and wants everything to be about him. I love what Monique said when she knew it was over. She felt like he was being too nice. She felt like, well, let me give him some ass then. He took the ass and then started acting like an asshole again. And she felt like a piece of meat. And she said she did not want him to enter her again. Run away from me with this. So I love everything that Monique said about that. I love that she's telling the truth. about her marriage. It was an image. I loved it. This is a new Monique, because the other one was lying all the time. And I was kind of looking at her like, shit, look, you need to be quiet about Stacey, because your ass had a goddamn soap opera going on, Monique. You would lie. As the lie turned, you was lying from left to right. I mean, hell, we could start a goddamn, look, disco line, honey, with the damn lies you was telling, Monique. You was, honey. You could do the hustle, honey, with Monique's lies. She was lying so much, I was like, you may want to watch it. Talking about Stacey lying, because you was lying about big, important shit. This shit with Stacey is kind of, it's just dumb. And it's her shooting herself in the foot. She's self-sabotaging. She doesn't have to. I love that Stacey had her finger all up in Cookie's face. Cookie Monster is saying that Stacey stank. I'm like, no, bitch, that look like it's you. Stacey look like she smell like flowers. You smell like you've been planting flower. I mean, I'm just saying. Listen, okay, but I don't like Cookie. She's being too aggressive, too hood. They had to calm her ass down. What else? But yeah, Tia. I like Tia. I love her accent, but I don't know. I felt like she was there to kind of get some dirt on Stacey, but she was like, she was hanging out with Stacey and Timo. Timo is weird. It's like, I wouldn't even be talking to him. So he just weird. But then again, he probably just sick of all you heifers messing with his woman. You know, it's a mess. Shout out to Arabella. She's a pretty girl. I love her name. But yeah, that thing with Tia and Stacey, it was weird. And then Stacey, for you to be like, oh, well, I'm really closer to Wendy and I apologize to Wendy. I shouldn't have had Tia there. And then she gets on Tia like, don't be trying to start up stuff, you know, between me and Wendy. I could kind of, you know, agree with that a little bit. I felt like Tia was kind of being messy. But Stacey, ultimately, you got to stop lying. Because I feel like had you not lied, that situation with Tia wouldn't have went anywhere. You lying about the man, just say he don't want to be around these damn women. Okay? But yeah, Stacey and Timo was supposed to go to dinner with Wendy and Eddie and Tia and her man. I love Tia and her man together. They seem cool. What else? We got Angel, you starting shit with Stacey. You need to shut the hell up. And why does it seem like you got multiple personalities? You talk all that shit in your confessionals and with your sister or whoever, and then you get around the girls, you're just the odd man out. I'm just kind of sick of Angel. Kierna, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I didn't like that Kierna had blasted Stacey, and she had automatically assumed it was Stacey that went back and told Chris Samuels that Monique said that he was bad in bed, he was a bad husband. She didn't say any of that. I don't see Stacey for some reason saying that. She denied it. It may look like what the people are saying is maybe Kay said that, right? And then she told Cookie. Cookie then told Chris. Okay? That's what the people is saying. But yeah, they trying to say that Stacey was saying what Monique has said about Chris. Monique didn't say anything bad about Chris. She said her truth. I hate when you tell the truth about people, then it's, oh my God, you're talking so bad about him. To me, she wasn't talking bad about him. She was just saying how it was. And I think we all, you know, we knew that that marriage wasn't going to last too much longer, especially on Love and Marriage DC. It was a mess. What else? I don't know. I don't like all this ganging up on Stacey. They need to find a way to get out of doing that, because it makes the show stagnant. And I don't know. I don't like everybody bullying one person. It looks very lazy. And I don't know. It makes Potomac look stupid. They need Monique on camera more. I think Monique is good for the show more than Jazzy, more than Angel. They need to take some of these women off. Tia can kind of go. Tia should go. Jazzy. They need to keep Monique. Keep Giselle, Ashley, Wendy, Monique. Let Karen come back. Hell, let Candace come back. Some people don't want Candace on there. But I would just love to see her and Monique, have a conversation. Wendy and Monique met up. Monique invited Wendy out. Wendy's hair was so pretty, honey. It was laid. Monique looked good, too. And Wendy was just like, I never got the chance to know you. You beat up my friend, and we didn't get the chance to bond. But Monique was actually telling Wendy she ain't too fond of Cookie, because Cookie is on some shit and be lying and starting up shit. So, to me, Cookie is the one that went back and told Chris. Somebody told Cookie what Monique said, and I don't think it was Stacy. Stacy was the easiest person to blame. But Stacy, if you did tell, that was messed up. You shouldn't do that. But why would Stacy feel the need to do that when she's back with her husband? It's not like her and Chris are dating, or she has some reason to talk to him. She claims she only knows him socially. And she feels like he's lovely and Monique is lovely, and she's been it. She's not in it. She don't know what happened in their marriage. She only listened to what Monique said, and she don't have no reason to go back and tell Chris anything. So yeah, it was a mess. But honey, when I tell you Stacey was getting Kiana's ass together at the end, because Kiana was like, I don't want you around my husband. And Stacey was like, good, because you ain't got one. And then she had her finger all up in Cookie's face. And Cookie was like, you better watch your damn finger. Move your damn finger. And Stacey pushed Giselle's ass off the way and had her finger all up in Cookie's face. I was cracking up. I said, ooh, child. Y'all trying to knock old Stacey down, but she keep rising up. Okay, so let's see what the people think about Potomac. It was a mess. One person says, so Kay said she called Cookie almost immediately after she left from the Pride Parade. I believe Kay ran her mouth. This is what I'm talking about. I believe Kay ran her mouth about what Monique said to Cookie. Cookie probably ran that back to Chris. Chris was probably pissed, and then Cookie wanted to save her friend and not expose Kay for being messy. Probably concocted to pin it on Stacey, since they both don't like Stacey, and both already have the group believing that Stacey is sleeping with Chris. Boom. Okay. Another person says, these are my thoughts as well. Stacey is back with her husband, and it doesn't make sense for her to run back and tell Chris, someone she used to date. Why would she still be in contact with Chris? Exactly, unless she hitting that on the side. But I don't see what she see out of Temu or whatever. Damn that. He looked boring as hell, irritated as hell. I didn't really like how he was treating Tia, but I guess he had heard all the girls as messy, honey, and felt like maybe Tia was one of the girls. She kind of looked like that, though, when she went and had, dinner with the girls and saying she was out with Stacey. But Stacey, you fucked it up by doing all this. I hate when people unnecessarily lie. I can't stand that shit. Another person says, I don't care how many lies Stacey told. Sis is the new queen of the show. Another person, Tia deserved every bit of what Stacey gave her. Tia didn't meet Stacey as a friend. She went to dig for dirt. It kind of looked like that. Oh, and I also liked how unbothered Monique was by hearing that Stacey and Chris may have dated. Because she was like, it's been over for 2 years. I don't want his ass no more. You can have his big ass. Okay, you can have that nigga. I love Monique's energy. It was very refreshing, down to earth, very positive. I think the girls really like her. I do. I noticed their energy with her versus like some of the other ones. I'm sick of Ashley's ass. Ashley got to telling us why she bisexual. I don't want to hear shit. Ashley is another Portia. They would go with a pork chop, a piece of chicken, a dog, a cat, a mice, and a flea. They will go with anything. Okay? Anything. But I do like when Ashley dresses up like a man because it is funny. Now, what was that energy with her and the dude from Love Hotel? And he came and gave Giselle flowers. Ashley says she's glad she didn't pick him, and he didn't even want to acknowledge her. But yeah, Robin, I thought that was fucked up that you didn't bring your ass to the event. Giselle said that Robin didn't like how she left the show. You were fired because of your whack ass husband, because he can never stand by you. Okay, at the reunion, he never came. He never participated. How you gonna be mad? Be mad at Juan. Juan is over there sabotaging your damn life. Not these women, but women like Robin, they would rather blame everything on the woman instead of getting on their raggedy ass man. I mean, I'm just saying, listen.